My name is Renee Linnell, and I'm an author of two memoirs. I used to be a surf model and a professional Argentine tango dancer. I have an MBA from NYU, and I love to write and I love to travel. And my most recent book is about magic, miracles, travel, and romance. And it's a page turner, as I've been told. There's one big theme that runs through it, and that's animals and angels. I tell a story about looking for the reincarnation of my beloved cat, Kai. And when I moved to Colorado, I decided to look on the animal shelter website, and I found her. Her name was Puffy. I went to get her. She didn't want me. She hissed at me. I was so surprised because I was going to be reunited with my beloved. I thought she would recognize me. And so when I left the animal shelter, I thought, how could I have been so wrong? I can't believe she didn't recognize me. But I had been broken by life, completely shattered, and I needed to heal. I realized I didn't need a cat, I needed to heal. And so I went out on a road trip and I came back home. And 6 months later, when I was in a much better place, I was sitting on my patio and a cat appeared. And she was beautiful and regal and majestic. And I thought, this is the reincarnation of my cat. And I asked her what her name was. She didn't have a collar. And I heard the name Pele, the Hawaiian goddess of the volcano. I heard Pele in my mind. And I said, Pele, you're so beautiful. She ended up moving in with me. We fell completely in love. I told my brother about her, and he said, you're a cat stealer. That's your neighbor's cat. You have to put up a found cat sign. So I did. And eventually a woman called and came to get her. And I asked her where the cat was from, and she said, the animal shelter. And I said, well, I was there. I asked her what the cat's name was. She said, Harriet. I said, well, I was there 6 months ago. I don't remember a Harriet. And she said, well, we changed her name. Her name was Puffy. So this cat that I knew was the reincarnation of my cat, that I went to the animal shelter to get, found a way to get adopted by a neighbor who lived 10 minutes away, and then get out of the house and come find me on my patio. And so the lady took the cat home. I was devastated. She called as soon as she got home and she said, this cat doesn't want to be here. She's your cat. And she let the cat out and the cat came back to me. So that's one beautiful story of the reincarnation of my beloved animal. But there's another story about this beautiful buck who shows up in my window every summer, and his name is Romeo. I named him Romeo. And he comes every year in June and he stays until September. So he has his own chapter and the parallels of the Romeos, the men that appear in my life. And then there's another chapter about a manta ray. I was on a boat and we were in Hawaii and I saw this magnificent manta ray, larger than the boat. And on impulse, I jumped overboard to be with this creature. And she was pure love. And I was in ocean that was thousands of feet deep. And I wasn't afraid. I just wanted to be with her. So there's a chapter about this magnificent experience with this huge creature. So there are these themes running through the book of how we're never alone, how we're always protected, how when we're present in the moment, there are magic and miracles everywhere. And one example are these beautiful animals that show up in my life. Another are the beautiful men that show up in my life, if you're interested in reading about romance. And then interesting travel, exciting adventures that I've been on, like getting stranded at 22,000 feet in the Himalayas or electrocuted in the Maldives. But the main theme underlying the entire book is life and how fun it can be when we're willing to just go out there and truly live, follow our hearts, follow our desires, tune into the skill sets that we were given, where we excel, what brings us joy. This life is so magnificent, and I think so many of us are afraid to live, to truly live. We're afraid of making mistakes, and being human is messy. We're meant to make mistakes, and making mistakes is really fun, and they sure lead to fascinating stories. I hope you enjoy the book.